Hey, good evening. What's up? The intro. Hey, good evening. What's up, everybody? That was my little intro I put together. What's up? Good evening. Welcome to the real life relationship growth get together, chat it up, whatever we want to call it. That's what we're doing tonight. Tonight is Thursday. It is Thursday. We are live every Thursday, you all. We are live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. Let me give y'all time and a chance to get on and make sure everything is set up properly. I'm waiting for my girl in the back, my girl, Miss Corey. Hey, Stephanie, I see you. My girl, Miss Corey, to give me the go ahead, the thumbs up. We trying to work this thing out and make sure our technicals are good. Thank you, Miss Corey. She said we good on YouTube. What we looking like on Facebook, Miss Corey? Let me know what we looking like on Facebook. I see Stephanie Lewis on Facebook. So we are live and we are ready to go. Hey, I hope you guys had a great day. I had a good day. I was supposed to go to work, did some running around, ended up not going that direction. So it was a good day. It was a good day. I will most definitely be in there tomorrow. Hey, listen, I would love for you guys to please subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hey, Tanil. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I am eventually going to move every live just strictly to YouTube. So if y'all could do that favor for me and go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell icon, go watch as many videos as you like, comment, because I still see them. We can still have discussions moving forward after. But if you guys go to YouTube, Real Life Relationship Growth on YouTube is at the bottom of the screen, lets you know where to go. And when you hit that bell icon, it's going to remind you every Thursday, hey, yo, it's time to join the party. What's up, Mark? It's time to join the party. I appreciate you guys being here. So let me do this. Let me go ahead and get into this, y'all, because our lives have been going so great. Our discussions have been going so great. And we extending past this hour thing we technically usually do. So I don't want to belabor the moment. Let me get into this thing. Let me let y'all know, hey, there's a criteria to be here. There is a criteria to be here. A part of this family, a part of this thing. You have to be single, dating, courting, did I miss one? Engaged, married, divorced, or widower. That is the criteria for you to be here. Okay. That means everybody that's popping up, everybody that's watching. Hey, Anthony, everybody that is watching, you fall into one of those categories. Real life relationship growth is about honing in, focusing in, and growing healthy relationships. And that dynamic looks a little bit different. As y'all gonna see tonight, we're not on the male, female, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend dynamic tonight because those relationships stem these other relationships. Our topic tonight is it's a family affair. Guess who's coming to dinner? The ex. The ex is coming to dinner. So, y'all, listen, families are so crucial. They're so important. And every family looks different. How that setup looks different. What works for you, right? All of that. Um, Thank you, Corey. All of that is necessary for life and growth. Y'all do me a favor. Corey's letting me know that Facebook is a little shaky. If you're on Facebook, please come over to YouTube. If you are on Facebook, please come over to YouTube. Over to YouTube. Real life relationship growth on YouTube. Corey, if you could do me a favor and put the link to YouTube in the chat, that would really, really, really be helpful. Put the link to YouTube in the chat for me, Corey, please. I greatly appreciate it. Um, you guys come on over to YouTube. We don't want to have to miss anything because something is acting funny and it looks like Facebook is acting a little bit funny tonight. So if y'all could come over to YouTube, practice makes perfect. We're gonna do that anyway, right? We're gonna do that anyway. So, um, so our topic is a family affair. Guess who's coming to dinner? So, y'all, I made a little introduction. I try to do an introduction video or a upcoming video on Wednesdays, Tuesdays or Wednesdays. And I made a video through TikTok. And I put it out there and I said my guest, I'm not gonna tell y'all who my guest is gonna be. It's going to be kind of a surprise. We're going to come with this thing and we about to come hard. So I'm going to bring these ladies on camera. It's not one, it's not two, it's not three, but it's four. There are four ladies who are going to join me in a short. But guess what, y'all? These ladies, when I say it's a family affair, these ladies are my sisters and my nieces. So remember our title, our topic tonight is it's a family affair. Guess who's coming to dinner? The ex. The ex. So the first young lady I'm going to introduce and bring her on camera. This young lady is my brother's ex-wife, Gina. My brother's ex-wife, Gina, my sister, point blank, period. What's up, sis?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. You ready? You ready?
Sure.
You ready? Oh, y'all was loud a minute ago. She all quiet and professional now. My bad.
Yeah.
Next up is Miss Aisha. Miss Aisha, what's up, baby? Hey. So y'all,
Hey.
is um Aisha is my brother's ex-girlfriend. She is the mother of his second daughter, right? Second daughter. Yes. Yes. That's my sister, y'all. What's up, sis? All right. All right.
Hey.
Next, we have coming on. These are my niecey poos, y'all. No, don't be surprised and get started. They look just like their auntie. Okay? Y'all just be ready. They look just like their auntie. The first coming on is my oldest niece, Miss Ashley. Hey, babe.
Hello.
This is the oldest niece. This is Miss Ashley. This is the oldest niece, Ashley. And last but not least, she is not the youngest female niece. She is the second to the youngest. This one, y'all, she a lot like me. She more closer to me. Don't tell Ashley. But this one right here coming on, this thing right here. Hey, Ariana.
Hey.
That is my niece, Ariana. So, Ariana is Aisha's daughter. Ariana is Aisha's daughter. Ashley is Lisa's daughter. Yes, we have a third. Ashley is Lisa's daughter. And Gina is Ania and Zaire's mom. So Nene is not on. Nene is the youngest. Nene is the youngest of my brother's children. Nene is the youngest. So y'all go ahead and get the go and get that out. Go and get that out because we about to start rolling on this thing. So when I came up with the thought and the concept of this topic, I was in the salon getting my hair done, and me and my stylist talk about everything, right? And we were talking about um her brother her brother's ex-wife. She was saying how she was so much a part of the family, and I was saying how my ex-husband Daryl is so much a part of the family. When my parents come in town to visit or whatever, Daryl comes and picks my dad up and they go out for lunch, and that's family. That's family. He's my ex, but that's family. And I was like, yo, I gotta do this. And the first people that came to my mind were these fabulous women right here. These fabulous women right here. So I was like, we gotta do this. We gotta discuss this topic. So many times we see family dynamics, families that come together, and let's be real, it's the women. It's the women that tend to have a problem and an issue. It's Ashley, one of your babies. It's the women that tend to have the problem and the issues in the relationship. Oh, Claudette is on. Hey, sis. Claudette saying hey to everybody. Everybody, y'all see the chat? Y'all able to see the chat? Okay. So of course, y'all could type in the chat and reply if y'all like. But Claudia is saying hey to everybody. Hey, I need to make sure everybody's going over to YouTube. I see Facebook blacking out. I don't know why, but please go to Real Life Relationship Growth on YouTube so you can be a part of this discussion with no interruptions. I'm gonna put it there for a minute so you can be part with no interruptions. So these ladies are the first people I thought about and having that discussion and talking. And I was like, we got to do this. We got to come on and talk about this because we all are older now. We was chatting off camera, y'all, a little bit about some older women issues. So we are older now. We are older now. And not only are we older, our children are adults. These two ladies, Miss Ashley and Miss Ariana, are wives and mothers. They are wives and mothers. You good, Ash?
If it ain't the human children, they great.
There's some kibble over there. Maybe she'll run over there. But she want to look out the window. She good. She good. So in younger years, Gina and Aisha, in younger years, because excuse me, I've always known y'all to be cool. Y'all have always been my sisters, regardless. We don't believe in that thing in this family. We don't believe in when you divorce the person, you divorce the family. We don't do that. We don't do that. And I remember growing up, my bonus dad, they call him Poppy, my biological father, Grandpa Joseph. He hated to be called Grandpa because he thought he was so cool. He passed last November. Um, I remember when he used to come to town to visit us or to pick us up before we would, get ready to go to New York, because he would literally come get us, then take us back to New York to be with him for the summer or over in the islands, right? Until we got kind of old enough to fly. But I never remember, I never remember a time when he and my dad, when my two dads bumped heads. I never remember that happening. I remember us sitting at the dinner table one time, and my brother Llewellyn, the common denominator right here, he said, Gina,
What? I didn't say nothing.
Your face said it all.
Oh, that was not something that happened earlier today.
right. I got it. So he said, "Hey, daddy." And both of them was like, yes. Both of them responded at the same time. And we are just cracked up. We are just cracked up. And nobody looked all sour like, yo, that's my son. He was talking to me. Nobody said that. That never happened. So we have been used to the extended family blend, how healthy that can be and how healthy that can work. So when I say healthy, y'all look at this picture of ladies right here. This is that healthy dynamic. But y'all know me. This is real life relationship growth, right? For those who are at the beginning stages of this type of situation and this type of family dynamic, can ladies, Gina and Aisha, can we talk about when it wasn't so good? If it was ever at a point when it wasn't so good and it didn't look like the The happy couples.
I don't know if
You
there
mean
was
between
ever a
us?
time that we weren't really cool. I think
Mm-mm.
when I met Aisha, she was already dating somebody else. The girls were younger. Um, so I feel like I don't know if she really knew how to take me at first because I'm 10 years younger than Llewellyn.
Hmm.
So I think at the time she probably was like, "Who this hussy or whatever," and I'm thinking like I'm hanging with the grown folks, not knowing everybody like to go to bed early, Aisha. But anyway, but no, I don't think we really had a whole bunch of issues in the beginning. I think as somebody, a younger person on this panel was growing up. I'm not gonna say who it is, but she has red hair.
Oh,
Um,
I'm gonna write
Ashley,
that
what's
down.
under your wrap? Your hair red.
oh, well, anyways, there was some stuff right there, but I mean, I think that's usually the dynamic between a step parent and a step kid, and a lot of times that has to deal with more of the biological parent and how they handle that.
Hmm.
So, but to be honest, I feel like me and Aisha always pretty much had, if it wasn't like the greatest relationship, it was always very respectable.
Hmm.
And I feel like we always like, I could talk to her like if I'll be like, girl, I don't know what to do about Ariana. You might have to come get her, and she just laugh or be like, nah, that's your problem, Miss
That's your
Lady.
problem.
Say that. I ain't never had to say that.
Yeah, but I
Mhm.
mean,
Okay.
I don't think there was a whole lot, and I say that has a lot to do with Aisha because I'm coming into the situation and I'm younger, and I
Hmm.
think she never made it difficult or made it any kind of issue, at least not in my face. So I mean, I never really had an issue with Aisha.
Okay. All right. All right, Miss Aisha, your thoughts.
I feel the
How
same
was it
way.
at the beginning?
The only thing I remember is when Gina first came around, I didn't know her. I just knew that my daughter came home with her hair done. So I was heated. I was like, who's been in my child's hair? Da, 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 da. Then he goes, oh, it's my girlfriend. Okay, she's not your
Mm,
wife. She can keep her hands out my
okay.
daughter's head. But
Okay.
other than that, it's been, but then when I met her and she said, oh, I'm a stylist. Oh, I do this. Oh, well, can you do my hair? So it just worked. We've never had, I mean, we talk about, when I say everything, we talked about everything. It was never a time where I felt like she was a
Okay.
stranger. She's always
Yeah,
All
it's
been
been
like a
right.
really
sister.
cool.
That's
Always.
right. Wonderful.
Hmm.
And listen, that's all I've ever
Mm-hmm.
known. Like I know we were in different states, you know. Of course we've always been in different states
Mm-hmm.
and it was not always the closeness until I, grabbed my nieces by the neck and was like, I'm your aunt. We gonna be friends. That's going to happen. Like, yeah, I bug the hell out of these girls. I ain't playing. Zaire, all the nieces and nephews. I know they was like, this heifer texting me again. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. It is necessary. It is necessary. So, Ariana, hey girl.
Hi.
So, the adults have their way of thinking and seeing that.
Yeah.
Um, and I know me at one point, of course, being the stepdaughter, the stepchild, and watching the adults do the thing and having my own thoughts or whatever. What were your thoughts when you were a youngin? Um,
Well,
going.
first and foremost, I
Mhm.
need to clear my name. Okay, she ain't never had to call nobody about me. I just kidding. I just kidding. Okay, maybe like once or twice. Okay, do my whole.
Okay, 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 okay.
But no, actually, it's very similar. I mean, I can't think of a time and whenever I felt like they were at odds, or sometimes people talk about being able to pin people against each other, or it's like this like weird bad blood thing. But I don't ever recall a time where it was like that. I mean, for me, I knew that they spoke. They probably spoke more than my mom to my dad. Like, so I knew that they were in cahoots with everything. So there was never something that was going to be like, oh, she wouldn't know, or I could tell this one this and she would react like this. So actually, I mean, I've always had a really great example of what that could look like or what that could be.
Nice, nice, nice. So is that your situation now? You have technically you have four, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how did those four fall for you and your hubby?
You mean age wise or what you mean?
Like dynamic. What's the dynamic? Y'all have four,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So
The oldest is
how does
his.
that fall?
The oldest is his.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know. I
I'm
mean, that's
like,
not in order. I don't know. I don't know to tell you. Yes. So the oldest is his, and then we have three together.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So so with having his oldest, his oldest, was that difficult for you?
Yeah, but
Mhm.
I am young, so I think it was more difficult in that aspect, like having to blend it there because realistically, like I want you to call me Ariana because that's my name. We cool. You know what I'm saying? I could be your babysitter right now. So
Right, right,
there's
right.
just that level or layer to it. But then on top of that, then becoming a mother, then because they're 5 years apart. So our oldest together and then his oldest girl, they're 5 years apart. So becoming a mother, then you see things yourself, you do things a certain way. You're like, oh, well, I want it to be like this. Like I want to include everybody in this situation or this whatever. But then you also have a different mindset of, but this is my child. This is my blood. Like I birthed this child. So it's the same but different.
Got you. Got you. Got you. All right. All right. Miss Ashley.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey.
Hey, babe. So my, at doing the introduction, I said something particular about Miss Ashley. We literally call her Miss Ashley. Like on this end, I don't know if my dad, I don't know if Poppy started that,
I think
but
I think grandmommy did.
grandmommy did. Okay, okay. Miss Ashley. I remember when Miss Ashley was born. I remember when Miss Ashley was born. So remember, you guys, I said Ashley is my brother's oldest daughter. Her mom's name is Lisa. Um, so the two ladies above her, they're above you on my screen. I don't know where they placed on your screen. But Ashley fell right into this dynamic. Now, I'm not sure how that went at the beginning. So, of course, Ashley, my question to you is how was that at the beginning, knowing that you have a sister and her mom, and then you have another sister and brother and their mom, and how did that come together for you? Like, what was your first experience when you came into the household?
Into my dad's household.
Yeah.
So well, when I reconnected with everyone, um he was married to Regina. Hey. And so my what I come from is very different from the experience that Ariana had. Because my mom and I don't call him my stepdad, but in reality, my bonus dad, my dad,
Yeah,
um,
bonus, bonus.
um, we were kind of we are kind of isolated when it comes to other parts of the family. Um,
Mhm.
and so that is not the same dynamic that I get
Mhm.
when I came over to this side of the family, because everybody is friendly, everybody gets along, everybody can talk. But that wasn't my experience growing up. And we were kind of isolated. And then when we did reconnect, it still wasn't like that. And I think you said it's how you start. I think Regina said it too. How you how you start that relationship, how the other person talks about the ex, right? And so
Mhm.
if someone is not saying nice things about their ex, then their current spouse is like, well, who the hell is that? You know,
Right.
I,
Right.
why they coming up in here doing or saying or you know, I already don't like them because of the things that I've heard,
That you
because
heard.
of the things that they've done or things like that. And so I don't know what the conversation was between my parents about their exes, but I just know that I'm gonna say we're isolated is what I'm gonna say.
Okay. 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 So I'm sure that made it tough. I'm sure
Yeah.
that made it tough. I remember growing up, my parents, my biological father and my mom, they were divorced early. I was like really young. But one thing my mom used to always say, you know, as we got older and realized she never talked bad about our biological in front of us.
Mhm.
And that came from her grandmother who raised her, that said to her, "Don't you talk about these kids' daddy in front of them. Don't you do that. Let them see for themselves who he is as they grow up and they get older. As they grow up and they get older, let them see for themselves." But I know that's hard sometimes. Cause sometimes Daryl Wall would catch the business. And Charisma be sitting there like, and like to this day, she be like, "Don't talk to me about your husband, your ex-husband." And she tell her daddy, I don't want to hear Donna's name out your mouth. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Y'all keep that wherever. So it's not always easy to do that. It's easier said than done, especially when that Negro don't do what he's supposed to do when he's supposed to do it. All right, Gina, go and take that one.
No, 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 no.
It's hard. I mean, it's hard. It's hard sometimes.
And
But
I wasn't saying that my parents talked to me about those things. I don't know what the conversation was between them to
Yeah.
them.
make to where like my dad's um exes my mom doesn't associate with, and my mom's exes my dad don't associate with. So
Mhm.
I'm just saying I don't know what the conversation was between them to make
Right.
it to where they isolated themselves, and it wasn't like, okay, yeah, y'all come over, you know, we can all do graduation together, we can all do birthdays together, and that's what that relationship is, you know.
Right.
That's a good relationship because in all reality we're supposed to be here for the betterment of the children, and how are we going to teach good communication, good relationship skills if we can't do that as adults?
Yep. And you went right into where I was going. And that's why I asked you that question. Um that's why I was asking that question because this this really benefits the children. It benefits the children because adults, you know, we go through our things in life. Things happen, relationships break up, they don't work out. But then we got these residuals with 2
Mhm.
feet, 2 hands, and them y'all the residuals. We got those residuals. So, again, like I said, there were some things that I said that I should not have said, but it was out of anger and frustration. So, Aisha, like, how did you handle that? Like, give me the real girl. How did you handle that then? If it's different from then to now, like, how did you handle that then when that brother you just wanted to, but you had this young lady looking and listening. Like, how did you handle that?
One thing about your brother, he loved his to the woogers,
Ah,
and Ariana could do no wrong. And so that was probably our biggest issue.
I'm
And
not
so
she
It
not
was
listen,
you. It
listen.
was you. Let's see what she was nodding her head and stuff.
It was her, and she could do no wrong. So it would be a constant battle of wills between the two of us. But I give it to Regina because when I couldn't handle it, I would call Regina. But I never, ever, ever, and I have 3 children. I have never talked bad about their dads because in my mind, like I used to tell Ariana, I ain't got to tell you nothing because when you get old enough, you'll be able to look back and see. And lo and behold, I had to say nothing. And I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm just saying the things that I was seeing that he wasn't doing in my mind, she had to see for herself. And I never said anything because I'm the same way. Like your mom said, I never talk about my kids' dads, no matter how much they made me upset. But I don't think she actually even saw us argue. Well, maybe she did. I was just thinking in my head, like, I don't think they saw much of the argument.
But I'm not.
Huh?
What you say, Gina?
Oh, I was saying that I've been kind of the opposite. And not that I didn't like talk bad about anybody, but so my parents, they separated when I was young, and my dad got married to another lady. And she was not a good stepmom. But then when I became a stepmom, I understood some of the reasons why she was the way she was too. But I'm not going to say I talk bad about anybody, but I do feel like sometimes kids need to know what the real deal is, because you'll be the bad guy and saving face for this other person, and years go by of you being the bad guy and they thinking this horrible thing. Now you 27 talking about, oh, but like you already made all your high school years, all these years horrible, thinking that things were one way when it wasn't. So with my girls and my son, I never was bashing the person, but I'm like, well, ask them. If you don't like it, tell them. If you feel this way, say something. Or I would be like, well, that's not what happened. This is what happened. And then I let them make their decision based off of that, because sometimes we as parents will save the other parent. So for instance, my son, my oldest son, his dad hasn't been in his life since he was like before kindergarten. We lived down the street, and I left and moved to Texas. 2 years later, he said, I thought y'all was on vacation. Oh. So what I look like saying to my son, maybe he's busy right now. Right. Maybe he doesn't answer the phone because, I would never say like your dad ain't nothing and he'll be on child support. But I did say stuff like, if you feel that way, try to call him. If he doesn't answer, baby, then that's your answer. Because I don't want to shield you from what's real, and you thinking daddy's gonna come home one day and save me from whatever, and he's never coming. So not that I ever say anything bad about them, but at the same time, I never been like, oh no, that's not what's happening. Yeah. But I will say this too. All of us are only here once. So everybody's trying to do their best, or what they think is their best. Sometimes we're selfish and we don't think of others. Sometimes, and it's not that you're doing it maliciously all the time. So sometimes there is grace there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel any kind of way towards any of my exes, but the reality is they were doing what they thought was right for them at the time. Right. And I had to decide whether or not that was right for me.
Yeah.
And my kids.
Yeah. I like that. That's right. Everybody's going through this process of trying to figure it out, because we don't always have the best examples. There are areas where our parents hit that target, and there are other areas where holes was all over the place. And it's like, well, dang. So we do have to give each other that grace. But it is hard to give that grace when you're sitting back and you watching your child hurt and you watching your child suffer, because he said he was going to be, or she said she was going to be. So it's hard to sit back and watch and not say nothing. And when you want to, so one thing we were talking about, my stylist and I were talking about, was, and I said at the beginning, it's usually the women that butt heads. It's usually the women that have the problem, that the issue is.
Not always.
Yes, not always. Not always. But a lot of times that's what we see. You know,
That
what you say, Ash?
I said that about that baby mama drama.
Yeah, let's get into it. There we go. That baby mama drama. That baby mama drama. That oh, there's a graduation coming up. Oh, you gonna go to your daughter's graduation? Ain't her mama gonna be there? Or that man gonna be there? Like that thing right there. And that's the one thing we were honing in and we were talking about. How if the mama's gonna be there, if the ex gonna be there, now you can't go. Like, I just have to speak my mind, and y'all can back me up if y'all like. I gotta speak my mind on that type. And I'm talking to everybody. Let's talk to the masses, because it's real life relationship growth. If you are keeping your husband or your wife from their previous family, you're the problem. It's not the ex-wife that's gonna be there. It's not the ex-husband that's going to be there. Charisma said y'all messy.
I'll be
It's
there.
not the one that's going to be there. You're the problem. You are the problem, because at the end of the day, this is about the children. So my stylist was telling me,
Not the
"Oh, yeah,
man.
your cousin talking to you." Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. That situation where he has a new wife and the ex-wife is jealous. Or I'm sorry, he has a new wife and the new wife is jealous, and she's stopping anything that he can go and be a part of that he maybe was previously a part of, because she's concerned about the ex-wife. Somebody please speak on that. Like, please speak on that.
I think that's a boundaries thing. I mean, I could say from experience that there's never been a moment or a time that I wasn't allowed in a place or an event or to be a part of something. Because at the end of the day, if Quinteris wanted me to be a part of something, then that's exactly what happened, and vice versa. I've been a part of the pickups, I've been a part of the drop off, I've been a part of the planning. I mean, realistically, I plan birthday parties. So guess who planned hers too? You know what I'm saying? So there was never a time. So really, I think it's one, a boundaries thing, number one. And number two, I think that is dependent upon your spouse. And it speaks a lot about what your spouse thinks of you and how your spouse values you. Because I can tell you that ain't never been an issue for us, no matter what's going on, no matter what the differences are, no matter who then said what and done what. It's never been an issue for me to be involved in his daughter's life in the ways that I want to, in the ways that truly at that time I then need to, because I'm going to make you feel less than. I'm going to make you feel like you're not a child of mine when all the other kids get this. Everybody else get a birthday party. You don't get a birthday party. You know what I mean? So I think it speaks more about how your spouse values you and what they feel and think about you.
I think it sometimes with thinking about this topic throughout the week, I think that it sometimes depends on, like I said, how everybody talks about everyone, right? And so if the relationship between, I think that sometimes when people don't move on and heal from whatever it is that they went through with that spouse, then sometimes that gets confused, and it's like, what? Oh, so now you doing what with who? You know, that's when you get into that. What's that song? What? Who?
Where?
But I think that first, when people move on and heal from their past relationships, then future relationships don't get all crazy. And now you're asking, why are you going if she's going
share. That's not a thing that happens when you're healed from a relationship or even you've moved on.
Yeah. I think another
Aisha, your mic is on. Go ahead, Gina.
I think another issue that a lot of people are not real with themselves about is sometimes one of the spouses, whoever their other person has a problem with it, sometimes they're leading other people on to think things are something else. And so and also that spouse allows the ex to be disrespectful. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Aisha, get it together. And then you come on fixing your bra. What are you doing?
Where that man at? Cause we gonna talk about them in a minute.
Yeah, because all we hear was
I'm sorry. I fed the dog and I accidentally threw his food at him. That's why I was laughing because I didn't mean to. I put it down, all the food flew.
Oh, okay. Okay. But
So I had to get myself back together.
all over dog food.
Y'all need to cut this conversation right here, right now. Go back to real relationship growth. My God.
Oh my God. I'm growing in my relationship.
You
with
and
animal. I'm
Ashley.
throwing food at him.
But yeah, I think
I know I heard it. I was supposed to be on mute and I laughed my behind off because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
sorry,
right.
guys.
Go ahead, Gina.
Sorry, my bad.
but yeah, sometimes I think it really falls on the person that's in the relationship. For instance, I'm a stepmom again. So if I have an issue or with the kid's mom, really that's on Brian to kind of make that right. I maybe I have an issue because of the way he deals with her. And actually me and her get along really great, just so y'all know. But you know, if there's something going on, a lot of times it's that middle person that can stop all that, because you have to let one know, like, this is who I'm with, this is who you gonna respect, and then on the other end, this is the mother of my children, so you gonna have to respect her too. Now at the end of the day, we about the kids, but sometimes there's some people out here playing around with the ex and making them feel like, or like I'm not as serious with her, or she be tripping or whatever else, and then vice versa. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
sometimes it's on that
Yeah.
person that is the middle person to get that together, straighten
To
that
get
out.
that together. To get that together.
Yeah, I saw on a talk show where exactly what you were just explaining happened, and the man sitting in the middle, and the women are like, well, he told me this, and I was pregnant with his kid when he told me this. And now the women are at odds with one another, and that's difficult. Even though you now know the truth, there's probably been things said about each other, things being done to one another, and now it's hard. Like, you can kind of let your guard down a little bit, but at the same time, you're like, no, she said this or she did this to me, and now we're at odds. And of course, we still have to raise the kids together, because at some point they're going to be together, and we got to think about the kids are going to want to be together. Like, how do we manage that when the dad or the common denominator, because it's not always the dad, but the common denominator is needs to have both of their children.
Yeah.
I agree with, I'm gonna call you Gina.
Girl, when I see you, that's your tail.
You gotta catch me first.
And you know I'm slow now. You know I'm slow.
But I agree. I think it's on whoever that middle person is, or like the common denominator, like Ashley put it, is to really like mend or bring everybody together. But also, like, from my perspective, I do have both Regina and Aisha that never They never, ever, ever made it an issue for them to be like, oh, we're going to go around the whole middle factor. Like, we actually don't even need you in the mix because we got it or we'll figure it out.
Because he's the problem. I'm going to say, he the problem.
Hold on, not too much on my daddy now. Not too much on my daddy.
You know it, Ariana, and I hope you want to. You the problem.
Hold on. Because the problem is here.
Is he on there?
Hold on,
I told you could get my audio book and you still ain't buy it.
Big brother Lou. Big brother Lou. See, and this is another problem with him. This is the problem I have. The Negro ain't never on time.
You know,
how was you the first one on this evening, but now you can't?
My daddy a hard-working man. That man at work. That man making time for this. That man at
work. That man at work.
That man.
So let me.
Whether it's the bar or the real place, whether it's the bar, it's working. It's working man hours. The work never stops.
So let me Let me say this, ladies.
That's right, baby.
Let me say this, ladies. This wasn't a sneak attack. It wasn't a sneak attack. He of course he was going to watch this evening, but we had a conversation yesterday. He and I had a conversation yesterday. And I said I would be remiss if the common denominator of this entire thing tonight, this dynamic, was not here. And it's not about a defense thing, because y'all, when I tell y'all I was thoroughly impressed on our conversation yesterday, and I wish he would hurry up and get on, because let me kind of bring this in so not to lose time. So I feel like in this type situation, it requires, and it was said, it requires really that one person to make sure things are glued together and they're not disruptive. And Aisha made a great point. She said he loves his kids. He don't always get along with mama and just like the opposite way, it doesn't always happen. But fellas, understand, we're not coming for y'all. This is an everybody thing. But let's be real, because it's real life relationship growth. If this dynamic is set up the way it is, the only way it can be the way it is if the man in the middle, I call him the monkey in the middle, the man in the middle,
you right,
kind of made this happen. If that makes sense. There you go.
I'm gonna speak for Llewellyn. I will give that man his props every single day as far as being a good dad, taking care of his kids, and he is loyal to them babies to a fault. And I think that has a lot to do with why we were able to make things work, because he did not play no games. He does not play no games when it comes to his kids. And I'm not saying
there you go, be real about it, girl.
But I don't like it. But real talk though, whenever someone says anything to me, I'm always quick to say, no, that's a good dad, and he loves his kids, and he loves our other kids too. It's not like he just loves his kids. Llewellyn loves all our babies, and he will take care of all our babies. So, like you said, he's the common denominator. If he, he still does. All our kids. My son is 22 years old, and he's still here. But I feel like
look at Ariana.
And he's the one
he probably running from the police. That's why he keep looking back.
Big brother Lou.
He got all the baby moms on here. That's why he keeps saying, like, man, I thought I left it.
We back, dog. We back.
Look at face.
Big brother Lou.
Everybody.
All in one.
Look, he got his TikTok pose. Look at his TikTok pose. There you go. He just needs some blues music behind him.
Llewellyn.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Hey, big brother.
What's going on? What's going on?
So you hear the background. You hear the background talk, right?
I only heard Ashley and Ariana. The other two sound like blah 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 blah.
Yeah, see?
That's what I'm talking about.
See? Yep. Yep. For real,
That's,
huh, Gina?
that's why we got along so well, because we had a common enemy. So that's why me and Isaac, we had to group together because we always had to
There
fight
you
against
go.
him.
There you go.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yo, I'm gonna say this, and then Llewellyn, you got the floor, big brother, because the stuff that you were saying yesterday is real talk. It's real talk. And the fact that y'all can get on here and y'all just understand this ain't just for the camera. This is just not a show. Like we went to the youngest one's high school graduation, and these Negroes are fools. All of them. One, two. This one husband, Brian. That one husband that think he the cornhole master.
No, my husband beat everybody.
Did Brian that came up on the cornhole?
Yeah, he
Don't
beat everybody.
we not
twice.
on here for that. We not on here for that. Okay, so we're not gonna
I'm
do
trying to
is
protect my
disrespect
man.
all these men in my
That's
life.
right.
Okay,
His
But
champion
let me
still
tell y'all.
belt.
Let me tell y'all the real for real for real.
Oh, it's you.
Gina's husband, Aisha's husband, my brother Llewellyn, the in-laws, the ex-in-laws, like all of them. It's crazy cool. I love it, love it, love it. So, big brother, let's get into a little bit of what we were talking about yesterday, because the importance of in this situation tonight, the importance of you in this dynamic of making this situation really kind of rooting what it is. Like what's your thoughts on how this should look as coming from a man, the man in the middle? What's your thoughts?
Oh, I'm the glue. I'm the glue. I make it all happen, baby. No, this. It's the
I
thing.
gotta go.
Hello, Aisha, Gina. Hey,
Oh, you
baby,
know my name today. Oh.
Ariana.
hey,
Oh,
daddy.
I host little Oprah. Hey, you know, it's I think Aisha said it earlier. Um, when you don't play games and uh, there's no way to play one against the other.
Mhm.
You know, and besides that, when they was done with me, I knew they was done. So yeah,
This fool.
said, get out. I knew she. You
They
know,
said what, Llewellyn?
I said when she said get out, I knew she meant it. So, it was no way to play one against the other. But I think it's just a level of maturity, and Regina's husband Brian and I, we had a conversation once, and I told him, it's easy when you take yourself out of the equation, and
Mm.
it's just the kids, you know, and it's the kids they go through a lot more than nowadays than we went through when we was coming up.
Mhm.
So to have parents that's at odds with each other just makes it more difficult for them. You know, it makes it more difficult for them, and it makes it more difficult for them to have a relationship with each other. You know, with the kids is wise. To have relationship with each other when you have different moms and you have different dads in the equation. You know,
Mhm.
and the thing of it is, if Aisha had it and I didn't, or I had a little, then Ariana was still able to get, what she needed. Eternity was still able to get what she needed, you know, versus us not coming together on it, you know.
Mhm.
And and the same thing with Zaire and Nene, they was able to get it without without thinking. Because my thing has always been, if if it's money, I give money. Because I make it again. You know,
Mhm.
as long as whatever was going on didn't affect our children, you know, uh, then I went along with it. It was no need to fight against anything. You know, I mean, some things I went against. You know, especially in the beginning with Aisha. You know, some things were kind of difficult, but then I had to come to a realization that that's Aisha's house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in that house anymore. That's her house. So what she does in her house, if it's not putting my children in a bad spot, then ain't nothing you can do about it. I can't run her house. I can't run Regina's house. You know, so long as it didn't affect the kids, then I roll with it.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Regina did the rolling of the neck. I was just.
No, I didn't. I said, "Hey, Llewellyn."
Regina did what?
She,
Nothing.
she
Baby.
said she
Nothing.
said hi. And this is what I love. This is what I love because Llewellyn, I want to ask you because I did ask the ladies as well, and you already hit on it at the beginning, and not saying that everything has been perfected. I know there's still because now they're grown, and now there's two adult parents trying to parent adult children. I got two of them myself, so I know what that looks like. And Daryl and I don't really butt heads anymore because it's a way to get what you need, little sister girl Charisma. We just watch and pay attention. Mama will show you how to get what you need. So that dynamic of having those adult children, it wasn't always easy. So you came in a little bit and you started saying at the beginning you didn't really see it like that. So as a man, how hard was it for you to watch, knowing that relationships and they just do, we've all been there, they just do. Was it difficult for you to watch um necessarily not because Regina moved on with someone else or Aisha moved on with someone else because you've had relationships as well. But now your children, now your kids. Let's talk about someone else being over your children. What does that look like as a man?
As another man being over my children.
Yes.
Oh, it never bothered me because I knew that I was doing what I needed to do as a father and as a dad. So it never bothered me that that there was somebody else. I never felt that someone else could take my place. You know,
Mhm. Mhm.
uh, so it never bothered me. And then on top of that, there was discussions had, where they knew uh, they knew my, I wouldn't say boundaries, but they knew my expectations and I knew theirs. You know,
Mhm.
if there was ever a situation, um, because sometimes Brian used to call me and say, "Hey, there's a situation with Nene and blah blah blah," and I was like, "Well, what did Gina say?" And then he said, "Well, I haven't spoke to Gina yet." So I was like,
Mm.
"Oh, so we just all communicated, with each other, and it's just that we just kept the lines of the communication open. So, um, so one knew they couldn't come to the other and play us against each other. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
that, you know, like I said, this too is a learning process for me. So, um, uh, so I know there was sometimes where one would say something, so then I would call and question the other parent on it, and then I know that that could rub the other parent the wrong way.
Yeah.
But I didn't look at it that way then, you know. So it took some growing and stuff to to see it the way it was, and the way it needed to be, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the way it needed. Because I look at the kids now, I look at the kids now, and and I say that their moms did did a wonderful job with them. I'm proud of Aisha and dang, what's her
Don't
name?
do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, no, I'm proud of Aisha and Regina. The way they've grown as as mothers, as women, the way they've grown their careers. I look and see the way that they're grown in their relationships, and I'm proud of them. They're doing wonderful.
So hey, you got to tell the story like when you was telling me yesterday how when you walked into the when you said you walked into Aisha house. Please tell that.
When I walked into Aisha's house.
Yeah, when you said about the size of the house and in your place, please tell that story.
Aisha's current house. Oh,
Yes.
I told her my whole apartment fit in your bathroom. Be walking
Yeah.
around his mansion without something to drink, get dehydrated.
But yo, he being modest with the story. I'm telling you, he had me dying. But what I got from that story, he was saying how we went to Aisha and her husband's house for his daughters. Now, mind you, Aisha is not Nene's mom. Regina is. But we were at Aisha and her husband's house for Nene's graduation breakfast. And then for her graduation dinner, the party, we were at Regina, which is her mom, in her husband's house. And this Negro was taking a nap on the recliner. And I'm like, I was loving it though. I'm like, who does this? Like, they usually don't say we do this. Y'all know what I'm saying? Usually we don't see this type of dynamic, and it's beautiful.
Mhm.
And this is letting everybody know it is very possible. Nobody is saying there hasn't been the downs, and sometimes arguments still ensue, and people don't like certain things, and they may not say it in the best way. But as the man said, he had to step back and see and realize growth and maturity. We had to do that thing a different way. We had to do that thing a different way. Yeah,
And
this has
Llewellyn,
been.
And I'm
I
gonna
need
say,
a new recliner because you made my stuff all flat.
okay, number one, or recliner, it was Aisha's.
Close enough. She needs a new one then.
Okay,
Oh God. But you know what I will say is I remember
Been a long time.
I don't remember how old I was, but either way, there was a lot of people because I have two other kids by two different people. But when we all got together, people thought it was so weird because my other kids' fathers would come in Llewellyn and they would all be on the back porch talking, smoking, drinking, having a good time. And all the kids would be in there playing. So for them, it was so interesting. And Ariana may be able to speak to that. It was weird, and people were like, oh, you guys are weird. Don't nobody do that. Oh no, they don't fight. Oh no. People had so much to say about how our dynamic was. But yet our kids, literally, Ariana can speak. They go to every last one of us, grandparents included. Hey, what do you think about this? When I first met my husband, Zaire was like, I don't know him. Where did he come from? Da 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 da.
Mhm.
Because that's the dynamic that we built. And they have so many resources to go to before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I totally agree. I think like even growing up to tell somebody a story, which is so normal for me, like, yeah, my mom, and literally just today I was saying my stepmom, who's not my stepmom anymore, with my brother, who's actually my stepbrother. It's a long story, but like, and people are listening, they're like, what? Like, and they literally would use that verbiage, like, that's so weird. And I'm like, actually, you're the weird one. Like,
Yeah.
you're the one that's saying you having 2 birthday parties because y'all can't figure out, like, so you're spending
Ooh.
twice the money, like, that'll make
Yeah.
you're the weird one. Like, no. So no, I agree. And I think like she mentioned, for me, it always just provided additional outlets and more than anything, additional love. I mean, I feel love from every bit of it, whether they're still technically my family or not. Like, I've never felt any different. I've always felt like they respected me and valued me and cherished me. So it was really cool. And I mean, I have children now that, like, Nana Jan and Papa Solly still check on, they still send stuff, they still wish a happy birthday, and that literally has nothing to do with them. Absolutely nothing. They have no ties to me anymore. So I always think that that's very cool. And then people did literally use that exact verbiage of, like, that's weird. Like, no, it's weird that you think it's weird. It's weird
Right.
that you think it's normal for you to be like, oh, I can't be in the same room, or I can't ask them about what to do with the child. So I go through the child to figure out how to better suit the relationship. Like, that's what's weird.
Yeah, I remember
Love it.
Jan and Solomon, more
So
so.
y'all do me a favor. Tell them who Jan and Solomon are. Because I know y'all naming them off because y'all know and we know.
Oh, that's
That's
Regina.
that's Regina parents.
That's Regina parents. Okay, go ahead.
When I went to Ashley's graduation, you know, Jan asked me. She said, "You have enough money?" And I said, "Yeah, I think so." She said, "Well, how much money you take?" I said, "Probably maybe 2,000. Maybe 3,000. For the hotel, the rental car, and to eat and stuff like that." You know, and Jan back and came back, and she came back, and I'm not gonna disclose the amount of money that she gave me.
Yeah, because I didn't know about it.
She told me, she said, "You haven't seen Ashley in a long time. You know,
Mm,
you go out there and don't let her want for nothing. You know,
Mm.
you go out there, you show out, and don't let her want for nothing. You know." So I mean, it was some other people that took that the wrong way. But uh, again, it was the family coming together to make sure that our child had what
that's
she,
right.
you know, and
That's
they
right.
had never seen Ashley. They had never seen her until after, you know.
Mhm.
But everyone still came together, And before it get too late, before I go off, I want to say, uh, uh, Brian and Mo, you know, no, I think the
Brian
world.
and Mo. We got to tell them who they are. Who is
Mm.
Brian and Mo?
Brian is the husband of Gina, and Mo is the husband of Aisha.
Oh
You know,
God.
I want to say that I think the world of them. They great men. Um, they always showed me love. They always welcomed me in their homes, and and they never, it was never anything to make me feel uncomfortable in their homes.
Mm, nice.
And
Nice.
I really appreciate them for that. And I also appreciate the way they took in the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because I I personally, as outside my father that's married to my mother now, I've personally never seen a black man, take in someone else's kids and show them the love that Brian and Mo has shown to mine, you know, emotionally and financially,
Mm,
you know.
nice.
Yes.
Nice. Nice.
Right,
Nice. That's
right.
right. Right there.
Go ahead, brother Lou.
Okay.
But you
That's
know what? As
right.
he said
It
that
is. It
earlier,
is a really good dynamic, and I have to speak on Gina's parents too.
Go ahead.
oh,
Go ahead.
Huh? Oh, I was just agreeing with.
That's you
Oh,
talking.
is that Gina?
That's you
Who is that talking? I'm sorry.
I could.
Oh, it's
Oh,
coming
okay.
back.
Sorry.
What do you call it? It's coming back.
Uh-oh.
You can hear it. Basically,
Wait
I
a
was going to say
minute.
the same thing about Gina's.
We kicked her off altogether. Hold on. Let's get her back on.
She talked about that house. She ain't got no signal.
Stop, man.
She in the West Wing.
Sorry, Aisha.
Is that Gina?
Huh?
Go ahead, Aisha.
Oh, I just wanted to say the same thing Llewellyn said about Gina's parents. I had absolutely nothing to do with Gina's parents. As far as who am I? I'm Ariana's mom, and I'm coming from the outside. But when I tell you they have come into my life and treated me as though I was a part of the family from day one. And that to me spoke volumes. And they still to this day, I got a text from mom the other day. She was like, I hope to see you soon because we haven't seen you, for someone to even care. And I also want to speak to Ashley. Ashley, I remember when you came to Washington and you were, what was she, like 5, Blue? I think she was like 5. Maybe it was a lie. But anyway, she was like 5 and she came. And I remember I just wanted to see you so bad because I had never seen you. I just knew that you existed. And I've always had love for you from day one just because you were his. And you meant the world to him when he couldn't see you. And I was only like 19. So I had a child, but not, you and Eternity, I think, are the same age. But just the fact of how your dad loves you. And I know that you came into this dynamic a little bit later than everybody else. But the first day that I met you in Fort Worth, you gave me nothing but love. And if you say that your family was kind of isolated, you didn't put that out there like that when I met you.
You can't tell.
You've been nothing but.
No.
What'd you say?
I said you
Can't tell.
Yeah. I do think that it's lessons to be learned when you do come from that dynamic, because you're shown what that looks like. But then on the opposite end of that, when you're not shown that, then sometimes you want to change that dynamic for yourself and for children. And so I have been blessed in the way of meeting all of you guys and being able to come into a loving situation. I've also been blessed that I have stepchildren as well, and their mother, when me and my husband got together, she didn't show me anything but love for taking care of her children as well. So I do think there's some learning to come from all of it, all dynamics.
Yep.
Thank you.
What'd you say, babe? The last end?
I said thank you.
She's so sweet. Ashley is always
Ashley is the nicest one. I think Ashley the nicest in the whole family because, baby,
Probably.
she got right. She definitely
actually be doing it. I'd be like,
I don't know though. Remember that time when she went? I was playing.
You never see it though. I be having time. I be like, sister, like you got to do it. You got to talk to them because I can't do it. I can't talk to that lady. And then she be like, well, if we think of it like that, I ain't thinking of it like nothing. Ashley.
Right. Because I do the same thing about I be like, niece, because this Negro said, like, how I'm supposed to say this? She be like, well, say it like this, and I'm like, girl.
She do. She be like, well, what if? Ain't no what if. You just handle it, girl.
Right. If hell. All right, y'all. All right, y'all.
Thanks for having us. And I just want to add that my dad is an awesome dad. He's always been an awesome dad. But for real though, I do think that a lot of how this works is truly because he made the effort as much as my mom and Regina made the effort. Like, it's not just about the one person. It's not just about whether he was going to mend something or bring them together. They made an effort to say, like, this is what we're doing. This is the dynamic. We don't have no choice in the matter. So, that's right. I mean, it really is very, very cool. And memories that I cherish with family that I love that goes way, way beyond, maybe the norm. But, and I do think earlier you said, like, you don't see it often, but actually I feel this way in a lot of things, but mainly this topic, that this is happening way more often than we know, way more often than we think. But negativity always overpowers that, right? Like whatever is happening as bad is always going to speak and seem like it's happening more often. But rest assured, I meet people literally daily that are experiencing things like this, that are in young marriages, older marriages, they have kids within their marriage or outside of their marriage, you know, things like that, that this is happening way more often than I think, one, what we talk about and what we even realize is happening. And this is just a modern time and a real life version to see how that comes together. And also like the benefits of the children, both Ashley and I, like it means that we had great examples to show to the next people. So my children will never know what it looks like or never know what it feels like to not be able to take that in or take that on, because we've already brought that down our line from literally our parents. So that's really cool to know too.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Ariana, because you just segued right into what I do at the end. Everybody give
Well, let
their
me sign
last
off. Let me sign off.
their last thoughts. Their last thoughts. So I appreciate it. Aisha, you want to say something? Leaving.
I just want to say thank you for having us. A little bit of I didn't want to do it at first because it's personal, but
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed it. I like seeing everybody's face because I don't get to it. It is. It's when I even think about it, it's actually refreshing. The whole thing is just refreshing. So thank you, and it's nice seeing everybody.
All right, Miss Regina.
Thank you for having us. Everything that Lou said was full of crap, but I'll take it. Um, but no, it does take a village, and we have a great village. And so, and like Ariana said, it happens way more often than people know.
Yeah.
So I appreciate everybody on this panel and love y'all so much, and can't wait to see you, except for Llewellyn. And yeah, this was a great time. And Llewellyn, you're supposed to buy my book. What happened? You called me and bugged me yesterday, and then you didn't buy it. Don't worry about it. I'll talk to you later. Don't worry about it. Ashley.
Well, I had a discussion about this at work, and people think that I like that we showcase this and for us, right?
That's right.
What we usually talk about is how other cultures are able to do this, where they can be with this person, then get with the friend and be with this person, and all their families come together. Come by y'all. And so I do think that it's great that we can showcase this to our community. But yeah, I love everyone that's here. I am beyond blessed to be a part of this family. And I'm gonna tell y'all, this is a fun time. If you didn't get it from this conversation here in person, when everybody live and having fun and together, it is such a good time.
It is. Big brother Lou. He sleep.
First, I want to my daughters, probably great.
Can y'all hear
him? That is cutting up.
Yeah, you breaking up. It's that boost.
Yes, is messing
it's that
up.
boost. That's Boost Mobile you talking on.
That jitterbug.
Beautiful mothers, beautiful wives. Y'all keep doing what you're doing, and you're gonna make it. You're gonna be strong. Aisha, Gina, like I said, proud of y'all. Y'all did a wonderful job. You're still doing a wonderful job. Aisha, I get your book as soon as my food stamps come in. The invite and
Regina's book.
You already messing up.
See? Regina's book.
Hey.
You say
Aisha.
Aisha's book. Aisha wrote a book.
No,
Yeah.
I don't write books.
Huh?
Yeah,
Don't
you
worry
got
about
the right phone. You got the right phone, Jitterbug. You got it.
All right, y'all. All right, y'all.
Oh, God.
Listen, family, I love y'all. I so appreciate it. I knew I chose the right people to ask to be here. Because I knew it was gonna turn out great. What?
Except her.
Hey, wait. Llewellyn didn't wish me a happy birthday. I just
Oh,
want to put that
yeah.
out there. He act like he forgot.
You didn't
Oh,
wish
I
Aisha a happy birthday.
Oh, I thought it was next week.
No, you
Okay.
missed it.
Okay, I'll go ahead and send that care package.
Lies. But okay.
Yeah, it's coming from Chewy.
See what I got to deal with?
Sign them off. Sign them off. Turn on the outro music.
Hey, all right, y'all. All right, y'all. Family, I love y'all. We will talk. Gina, good night, baby.
Good night.
Aisha, good night,
Love
sweetie.
y'all.
Right.
Ariana, my girl. Oh, my precious one. Bye, Ashley. Big brother Lou, I appreciate you.
It's a pleasure.
All right, y'all. All right. Facebook, YouTube, world family, y'all. Thank you for hanging in with us. Thank you for being a part of the discussion. We really, really hope and pray that if you are dealing with a blended family dynamic, that you know, regardless of what it looks like, regardless of past and all of that stuff, it can be a great situation. So love on each other, and make it great, especially for the children. Good night,